Hello from the apartment for potentially the final time, at least in this context, for a little bit, because these apartment videos have been approaching a conclusion, and I would rather end them confidently than have them fizzle out and become irrelevant, or even worse, annoyingly repetitive. And I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with just how this entire quarantine process has been, at least for me, as somebody who uploads videos to YouTube. I could not have expected what I would have put on this channel and how it could have grown in the way that it did with the materials that I had to make that happen. So over the past 3 months, I've made videos with construction paper and scissors and tape and markers. I've gone to the dollar store and gotten all sorts of trinkets and toys to, as creatively and interestingly and different as possible, make a video that is different and interesting and something that I can be proud of. Everything that I've put on this channel over the past 3 months that has been a different sort of a video interspliced with an apartment lifestyle video. It's something that I'm proud of, and I'm incredibly pleased with how it all turned out and how I can go back and I can rewatch all of these videos, because if I had done apartment videos every single day consistently, that would have gotten very, very boring. We live in an apartment. It's tiny, it's small. We don't eat that exciting food. We've played every single board game that we have here. I've pretty much fleshed out every idea that I've had during this time of quarantine, with a few surprises that you'll actually see a little bit later on down the line. And there's only so much that we can buy on Amazon to keep ourselves occupied and interested and show that off. So it's getting to that point. You know, we've pretty much done everything, and it's coming at a reasonable time because the theme parks, the community is starting to reopen. Disney's not going to open for another month or so, but SeaWorld and Universal, they're going to be opening up pretty much right now and into the indefinite future with how they're going to be doing their procedures of the new normal. And I think that's what I'm excited about, is just figuring that out and getting back out into the community, going outside and just and exploring that, you know. And again, just this apartment series, I guess, has been, it's been a journey and it's been a pleasure, and it's just something that I'm happy to look back on. And I really hope that you've enjoyed just everything that I've put up, that Brennan has helped me out with doing. She's going back to work, so it's pretty much just me now too, which is what makes that more complicated as well. I don't know. I'm optimistic, I'm happy, I'm pleased, I feel motivated, and I wanted to go ahead and end the apartment vlogs off with one last hurrah of a video. There's a few things today that I'm excited to do and to show you, and I want to go and just start that whole process off by making the best kick-butt breakfast that I've done recently, because I've made some pretty good breakfast. I'm pretty good at breakfast. But let's go into the kitchen and make some breakfast. So whenever I open up a can of cat food, of course the cats always gather around, but Arlo gets the most excited and always just follows me around, because I'm pretty sure that he thinks that he's a cat too. See him hopping all around. It's very, very adorable. The challenge has been to try to separate his food from the cat food, so I try to feed them at the same time if I can. I give the cats their food, then I give him his food. But before I guess, feed them all, I wanted to show off what I'm gonna feed myself here. Yes, I am absolutely gonna go all out for my final apartment vlog breakfast. I have all of the fruit here that I'm going to enjoy, and I'm gonna make a delicious omelet. I have mushrooms and tomato and onions and cucumbers and peppers. I have sour cream and cheese. I have chicken. I have banana bread over here, I have bacon, and then some orange juice back over there. So this is gonna be fantastic. But I think it's time to feed the animals before they eat my stuff. Okay, so I got the stove going. Gonna go ahead and add the eggs here for my omelet. I also remember that I have some hash browns, so I'm making some hash browns back there. Got the bacon right there. And then here is all of my cut up additives to the omelet. Again, got the chicken, the cantaloupe, not the cantaloupe, geez. The chicken, the cucumber, the pepper, the onion, the tomato, and then the mushroom. And I'm gonna add this kind of back here and start getting that sizzling. Probably gonna do this with 2 hands to make sure everything gets in there. But yeah, once this is all sizzled, gonna add that to the omelet, then add the cream cheese and the, I guess the regular cheese. Not the cream cheese, the sour cream, right? What did I buy? I forget. So Arlo and Calvin have been pretty much chasing each other all around the apartment. I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender while I eat this breakfast, and this is my swan song of breakfasts to go out on, without a doubt. I have 5 different fruits here. Technically 6 if you count the orange juice, but pineapple, watermelon, strawberries, bananas, mango, and then over here, the omelet that has everything in it. I did not put in the, it was definitely cream cheese, not sour cream, so I decided to go ahead and omit that because I'm actually gonna be using that a little bit later today. But I have some bacon, some hash browns, banana bread. I don't know if I can finish all this, but I probably can because breakfast food is amazing. Hi there, so a little bit of time has passed. I was cutting up the watermelon that I had for breakfast this morning that you just saw, and I cut my fingers, my ring finger and my pinky finger. I really sliced them bad, and I have been spending the past hour and a half just trying to stop the bleeding and just to start that process of getting them to heal. I'm here at Walgreens where I've picked up some first aid for myself because this has not been fun at all. I was actually juggling whether or not to go to an emergency clinic just to see if I needed stitches. It's really that bad. It is very deep, but I'm pretty positive. Once the bleeding finally stopped, I was able to kind of like assess it and look at it, and it's my ring finger here that's actually pretty bad, but it looks like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna heal, and with the first aid that I got, I should be good to go, and I'm gonna obviously monitor it. But that was a scary way to spend the afternoon, but I'm still continuing with my day, probably against my better judgment, because the big thing that I wanted to do today, which this is actually kind of perfect because I'm right over here by SeaWorld, I wanted to rollerblade around the perimeter of SeaWorld. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Even before all of this quarantine time, I've been wanting to just take a walk or take a trip around SeaWorld, and at the start of this quarantine, with my rollerblading, purchasing rollerblades, it was almost that event that I wanted to comfortably lead up to, where when this all first started, I was very uncomfortable on rollerblades, just stopping and turning and moving and maneuvering myself, and now I feel like I'm pretty reasonably competent and confident that I think I could actually make a successful trip around SeaWorld. So I'm gonna do it, and it should be interesting. I just wanted to do that as one of my big final things of the quarantine, and I'm gonna go and do it. So I have my rollerblades back here, and I'm gonna go and just take a lap, and then yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain on me because it's looking a little bit dark right now. All right, so I've crossed the street. Now I'm heading down the sidewalk and around SeaWorld. It looks like the sun is trying to come out. It was a little bit dark a second ago, so hopefully the sun stays out because I don't have an umbrella. So I'm already coming up on Discovery Cove, right over there. It's one of the places that I've just never gotten to experience, and hopefully I can one day. I don't know how they're gonna be impacted by all of this in the future, but one of these days, hopefully I can go to Discovery Cove. Okay, so I ended up crossing the street. Discovery Cove is right back there, and I am now on the side of the street that I started this on for whatever reason. But this is kind of fun because I have done this one time before, sort of. I was getting my oil changed somewhere kind of back over there, and I decided to, while my car was getting its oil changed, I was gonna walk all the way to SeaWorld and go to SeaWorld. So that's what I did. But this time I can't go to SeaWorld, so I'm just gonna walk around it. The last time I did this, I could hear the really relaxing music from Discovery Cove just kind of wafting through the bamboo, but I can't hear that right now because Discovery Cove is not open. There's SeaWorld right over there. This is kind of where Sesame Street is, kind of right over there, and the entrance is going to be kind of straight ahead. SeaWorld is opening up June 11th, so that's just about a week away that everybody's going to be able to go back to SeaWorld, and it seems like they have some pretty good social distancing measures that they're going to hopefully follow as part of their procedures and protocol to reopen to the community. So I'm very excited to go back to SeaWorld because this is the closest theme park to where I live. You can't really see that much of SeaWorld along this stretch of the road, so it's gonna get a little bit more interesting once I kind of get up here and turn the corner and go past the parking lot. And once I make it back to where I started, you can really see Mako and Kraken and Manta. All right, so I'm about to pass back across the street. I've made it to my first corner of SeaWorld. Heading down that road, I'll be able to see the parking lots and just kind of what SeaWorld looks like right now being closed. And yes, I am indeed wearing rollerblades, in case you doubted me. This road is very, very quiet right now. I'm the only person, pedestrian, or vehicle here. And there's the SeaWorld parking lot completely empty. Hopefully not for much longer. It'll open back up here in a week. You can see Manta way over there. There's Icebreaker right there. There's Mako. All right, let's keep moving. That over there is SeaWorld's additional parking lot. This is their human resources, kind of right back over here. Man, this is just still so, man, I say this so much, but it's just so weird to me, just being the only person on this road. It looks like there are some team members potentially over here, but that does make sense that they're gonna be bringing back the team members around this time to kind of start that process of getting SeaWorld open. There's the lighthouse way over there. See that right there? That's human resources, and I've pretty much just passed the SeaWorld property for the most part, where you can actually see, well, I guess Aquatica is right up here, so you can kind of see that, but that's kind of on the other side of the street. But I should be getting to my halfway point up here and then starting the journey back to the car. Hopefully. It does look like it's gonna rain now. And there it is. There's Aquatica. You can see a little bit further back, but there are a bunch of water slides right there. There's the entrance. Here's another SeaWorld sign. So that's cool. You can see the Aquatica drop towers right up there. Okay, turning the corner, and this is where I should be able to see some pretty cool stuff, I think, as far as like roller coasters and SeaWorld goes. There's a little bit more to see of Aquatica. Another slide kind of right over there, and then right behind me, you can sort of kind of see it through the trees, is Journey to Atlantis. All right, so this is the view that I was getting excited about, just getting the rollerblade right past Mako, Kraken. You can kind of see it's hard to turn around in rollerblades. There's Manta over there, and then again, kind of obscured by the shrubbery, is Journey to Atlantis. Let's see if I can get an even better view kind of on my last leg of this trip. I stepped off the sidewalk to get a little bit closer view of all of this. There's Mako just right there, and then Kraken right behind it. I can even hear the sea lions kind of way off in the distance over there, and then there's finally a decent view, I guess, of Journey to Atlantis. This is pretty cool. All right, time to get back on the sidewalk. So there's a chance that I may have inaccurately anticipated this trip because I'm heading back to, can you see that sign? Nope, you can't. I'm heading back to Central Florida Parkway, so I guess the encompassing roads of SeaWorld are just 3 roads as opposed to 4, which makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. But I guess that's good because the sky just looks really rough right now, so I should probably expedite and finish up this trip before it just pours down on me. Yep, this is where I started. SeaWorld, Discovery Cove to the right. There's that Walgreens right across the street that I just got all my first aid from. So I guess that's it. I finished my perimeter lap around SeaWorld. I finally did it. Did you know that crossing the road on rollerblades was stressful? Because I didn't know that, but now I know that. But I did it, so now it's time to head home and start the evening. I guess this was like the big thing that I wanted to do today, and I haven't really done much of anything else today. Vernon should be getting home soon, so that's good. And here she is.
Hello, I'm
Vernon's home from work. Did you have a good day today?
I did.
Yay. And I'm having an even better day right now. Do you know why, Vernon?
Why?
Because merchandise.
Yay!
So I made these shirts over a month ago, about 6 weeks ago, back in April, actually, and they just arrived today. There are 2 versions of the shirts that I made. One with just my logo on it, and then one with my outro dancing on it. That's pretty cool, right? And then there's actually a back to this shirt, which is just the logo on the back, pretty much. No,
oh, here, yeah. Well then let me...
Oh, you're just gonna grab it? Okay, well, there we go. See, what do you think?
Woo!
Yay! There was a problem with Vernon's, so she's getting a new one, but we both ordered the regular logo ones.
I got this cute sweatshirt. This is a size medium. I don't, if this makes any sense if you wanted to order one through size. Like I purposely order my sweatshirts bigger because they're more comfortable to me. So this is a medium on me.
Right. And we basically just each ordered a few different like varieties of the shirts that I put up there. So we have some sweatshirts, we have just some regular t-shirts. You bought some female shirts and I bought some male shirts, and there's only 2 designs, again, just these 2. And you by no means have to buy anything at all, but I had some time right during this quarantine, so I decided to kind of whip some designs up and throw them up there on TeePublic. So if you go to teepublic.com/oyby, that's where you're gonna find those shirts.
Something that he's been wanting to do for a while because he loves like creating his own designs. So it was just something that he's just been dying to have the time to mess around.
And I had the time, and I did it. So now we're outside with Harlow. Hi, buddy. Who's feeling the breeze and enjoying the smells of outside. He's doing, I think, comparatively much better, don't you think, Brennan?
Yeah, he's we still have to kind of wait on him. Like this is his assessment period where he's trying to figure out outside, and then he'll start self-guiding.
See, there he goes.
Like a huge step because he never used to do that before.
He was terrified of outside. We're actually taking him to the vet tomorrow too for some more vaccinations and some questions that we have, and
like regarding his post-parvo self, and you know, when can we start normalizing things like introducing him to other dogs and taking him to the groomers, because obviously he really needs a haircut.
Look how fluffy he is. Little fluffy guy. But yeah, it's been pretty much exactly a month almost since we brought him home. He's about 12 weeks old, I think, today actually.
My big man!
3-month-old pup. Hooray!
I love Harlow.
Down he goes.
Alright, come on.
To eat some straw. Okay, so we are about to have some dinner now, which these guys are incredibly jealous of because we went to Chipotle and we got some Chipotle. Yay! Got a tortilla on the side. That's how you gotta do it. So here's some more Arlo and Calvin playtime, which generally consists of Calvin just kind of laying there and letting it happen, and then Arlo kind of jumps on his butt or bites his tail or something like that. Just kind of provokes him into a friendly playtime for the most part. I actually am going to be doing something that's hopefully going to be kind of fun, something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. I want to make the Pongu Pongu pineapple lumpias that you can get at the World of Avatar over in Animal Kingdom, which I know today's video hasn't really had a lot of content, I guess, but believe it or not, I have actually been checking off quite a few boxes for this being one of my final apartment vlogs, I guess with the exception of almost cutting my fingers off. But the lumpias, they seem very reasonably easy to make. They just consist of egg roll wrappers and pineapple, obviously, and somebody just sounded like a squeak toy just now. That's what happens when you nibble on a tail. It involves cream cheese, which is what I was going to use this morning, but I ended up not using specifically for this, and then oil and sugar. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that as one of my final activities of the day, which I'm excited about because having them in Pandora, they are very good. So now Brennan is helping me out, right, Brennan?
Hi!
So this is pretty simple, like I said. So essentially, just take a little clump of cream cheese, kind of plop it there on the egg roll wrapper, and then take, the recipe said 3 tablespoons, I believe, of diced pineapple. This is kind of a big spoon, so maybe I'll do like 2 big ones. And it says take some sugar and kind of just drizzle it on top. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, I'll do it this way first. I'm just gonna see how that works out. Folding it in, and then add a little water, just like that. Normally I would try to do like a corner to corner situation, but I think that'll work out just fine. So I pretty much do that with all of the cream cheese and the pineapple chunks and sugar and wrappers, and then I can I guess throw these on the fryer. I think you're supposed to freeze these, but I'm kind of curious how they're going to be without freezing them because I did refrigerate the cream cheese. So we'll kind of see how that works out. Okay, so these have been freezing for a little bit. Now it's time to go and dip them into the fryer and start kind of a soft simmer there and flip it over. Hopefully these don't have to cook for too long because it's just cream cheese and pineapples in there. And here they are, my pineapple Lumpias!
Oompa Loompias!
I think Oompa Loompias. I like that. I think they turned out alright. I can kind of see why they suggest to freeze them before you fry them. Probably to kind of solidify the cream cheese and then the pineapples. But I think it turned out okay, at least the ones here on the top. The ones on the bottom, not so much, but that's why they're on the bottom. Okay, ready?
Yep. Is it hot?
A little bit. That's pretty good. I think that was mostly cream cheese.
There was some hesitation in your response.
Well, I was like waiting for the pineapples. And I think they're in there somewhere. Well.
Oh, yep, they explode like the ones in Pandora.
That's really good.
Ooh, I can't wait to try it.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna call that a success. Brennan just had hers. Did you like it?
Oh, they were so good.
Wow.
Oh, man. Wait, that last one man didn't sound sincere.
Was it sincere though?
I
Did you like it?
another one, but I'm really full. They came out really well.
Wow. Resounding praise from Brennan. I think I may have just gotten a weird one because I think I just got cream cheese in mine, but a lot of the pineapple kind of found its way outside of the wrapper and into the oil. So some of these are going to be better than the other, but ultimately I think it turned out good. Very easy to make, and it was a fun thing to replicate for, again, the last apartment vlog, at least for a bit. I don't know. I've never done apartment vlogs, you know, consistently true to form. I've found ways to kind of make them make sense if I had big updates or just general updates, or just wanted to show something or talk about something fun, or we get a game that I want to play or something in that fashion. But tomorrow, when we're filming this, tomorrow is the pass holder preview of Universal Orlando, and I am going to it. So the theme parks are open, so to me, at least here in Central Florida, in my tiny little bubble, that means that quarantine is approaching that conclusion. So that's what the big celebration is about. And I know that I already said this at the beginning of the video, but just all that I got to do and accomplish and entertain myself with, and maybe you too, during this time, these past 3 months, have really been a blessing, you know, considering the context of how it was necessary. But it's been a challenging time and then a rewarding time at the same time, to be able to do what I've gotten to do, and even stuff that I haven't filmed, and just certain progressive experiences in my own life personally have been great in the past few months, and I want to keep that momentum going and continue that into the future. But as for now, I'll see you later. Have a good day. My camera battery just died at the end there, so say goodbye, Harlow. Goodbye. That's him waving goodbye. Goodbye.